Hey Lou, my name's Rich. I have a leaky faucet in my kitchen. It's an old sink with it, and the faucets are on an angle. How do I fix it?
You know, I really wish you folks would come with pictures so that we could share with everyone, because I do know what you're talking about. Back when I was a remodeling contractor, I remember seeing a lot of these sinks. Not a lot, but I would run into them from time to time. You know, imagine what your kitchen sink looks like, but towards the back where the faucet normally is, there's almost like a little curb, like an angle, sort of like a drawbridge going up. It angles up and then the faucet's mounted in there, but it's a specialty faucet. Now, Rich, chances are if you take apart the valve, the actual handle, whether it's the cold or hot water side, you could take that insert out and go to a plumbing supply house and they may have it. I doubt a hardware store will carry that kind of cartridge, but if they can't get it, your only option probably is not only that you have to replace the faucet, but the sink as well. Here's an email from Teresa. I have a very bad odor coming out of the vents in part of my house. What do you recommend to clean out my vents and ductwork? Well, Teresa, you know, my guess is there's something inside the ductwork that's causing the odor. I mean, I know you don't want to hear this, but it might be even a rodent. Now, there are cameras that you can rent and even purchase that have a little whip on them you can stick down in there and actually see what's going on so that you can pull whatever's down in there making the odor out of there. And then once you do that, well, you can clean it with a simple pine cleaner or something like that. But remember, that ductwork is sharp. There's sharp edges inside there. So if you're going to be sticking your hand in there, you want to have some leather gloves or some good rubber gloves and be gentle going in there to clean the sides out and neutralize whatever odor's there, and then you won't have a smell anymore. Here's an email from John. I own a 2-story frame house, and the humidity level in the attic is 74%. Now, I noticed some black mold on some of the wood, and the mold was above the second floor bath. I discovered that the fan was never vented to the outside of the house 10 years ago. I've since sealed off the bath fan opening with duct tape. Any advice? Well, John, it's amazing to me that that bath fan was not vented to the outside, but I guess if you didn't know, you didn't know. Now, sealing it off isn't necessarily the best idea because you want to do something with all the moisture that's in that bathroom. So you want to have that fan properly vented to the outside. You also want to make sure that the attic has enough vents in the roof. Now, if you have a mushroom vent, you want one of those for every 10-foot by 10-foot area. And as far as the mildew and mold goes, you definitely want to clean that off. Now, there are cleaners you can get at the hardware store that are much better than bleach. Bleach won't do anything long term. These cleaners have a residual value, so you can spray it on, scrub it off, and then spray it on again. But keep in mind that if it's a black mold, it might be something you need to have professionally removed. It might be a good idea to test it. You can also find some test kits at the hardware store to find out exactly what's out there. Once everything is properly vented and it's cleaned off, you shouldn't have a mildew and mold problem again.